Batman is an impressive 85 years old. Despite his age, the octogenarian is still chasing around Gotham, trying to catch criminals or zipping around in his Batmobile when ready. He should be tucked up in bed with a delicious hot chocolate. The Cape Crusader first appeared in Detective Comics number 27 in May 1939 as part of the story The Case of the Chemical Syndicate. Although the distinctive cape and cowl was present in the first appearance, other recognisable Bat elements like the utility belt, batarang, and the Batplane were all introduced throughout the course of 1939. By the end of the year, creators Bob Kane and Bill Finger explained Batman's origins and depicted the death of young Bruce Wayne's parents at the hands of a nefarious mugger. A little like Superman, Batman became a huge success, the so-called golden era of comics, and eventually got his own standalone publication. In 85 years since his creation, he has inspired a huge range of iconic toys, like the magnificent corgi Batmobile. However, rather than celebrate its anniversary by recalling the classics, I thought I'd take this opportunity to review some of the more unusual Bat collectibles. We start with the spin dart target game by British company Battoys, which gave wannabe crime busters the opportunity to hone their aiming skills. The game came with a gun bearing the Bat logo, which fired suction cup darts, and a large spinning target. There's some gorgeous colourful artwork of Batman's most notorious foes, including the Riddler, Penguin, and the lesser known Blockbuster, as you score various points for successfully taking them out. However, you need to be careful to avoid Batman and Robin, as they reduce your score by 150 points respectively. A nice example of this colourful collectible sold at Vectis auctions in 2015 for £750. Although Batman is meant not to kill the criminals he encounters, instead preferring to throw them in Arkham Asylum, he's clearly not adverse to using other methods. A perfect example of this is the Lincoln International freeze ray gun from the late 1960s. However, if you were hoping to encase your younger siblings in a block of ice, you may have been disappointed. The freeze ray gun was little more than a glorified torch. If you can manage to track the interesting collectible down, then it could be worth a pretty penny, as one sold for £400 at Vectis auctions in 2008. If you like your toys to be made from tinplate, then the incredible Nomura TN Toys of Japan Batman is definitely likely to catch your eye. Made by the famous Japanese firm, the Batman robot dates back to 1966 and was inspired by the legendary television show starring Adam West as Batman and Burt Ward as Robin. Measuring more than 30 centimeters high, the robot had a plastic head that lit up when operated, as well as shuffling along as though it were walking. For many, this is the holy grail of Batman collectibles, which is why a particularly nice example sold at Lacey's, Scott and Knight for £5,000 in 2022. LSK said the battery compartment looked unused and described it as being in superb condition, with superb original colour picture artwork box, cape in excellent clean original condition, and the model had been well looked after. Good luck tracking down one of these beauties in a similar condition. We're all familiar with Batman's love of high-tech vehicles, and he can regularly be seen speeding around with the Batmobile, Batcopter and the Batcraft. The latter is something that was created by Mark's Toys and resembled the love child of a Dalek hovercraft in a public toilet. Finished with bright yellow plastic and a red detailing, the Batcraft was a battery-operated toy with tricky action, which meant it would move around on its own in random directions, while a flashing light signified Batman's approach. The Batcraft occasionally appears at auctions with prices ranging from around £200 up to £500, depending upon condition. Back to Marks for our next unusual collectible, the Rollikins. Marks produced a whole range of Rollikins, which were little figures that featured a ball bearing in the base. This ensured that they could be rolled along flat surfaces and could even perform stunts on Marks' own stunt speedway. Marks made Rollikins based on the Daleks, Disney characters, and even World Cup Willie, the 1966 World Cup mascot. As a result, it could possibly come as no surprise to hear that Batman and Robin both got the Rollikin treatment. The result was actually quite cute, thanks to the bulbous bellies and the tiny heads. As we've seen from the backcraft, Batman has had his share of unusual modes of transport. But what about a VW camper? That's also a high-tech laboratory. Perfect when you need to analyse some fingerprints while on the move. Mego's mobile bot lab was designed to hold characters from its world greatest superheroes line of 8-inch action figures. So you could have had Robin or Batman behind the wheel of the souped-up camper, as well as an opening sunroof. The lab also included a secret front-end foal catcher and grappling hook at the rear. Interestingly, Mego reused the same van mould to produce a Joker-mobile. This was a similar eye-catching vehicle, but the foal catcher was replaced with a large flower that could be used to spray water. And that's all for the rundown of some of the most unusual Batman collectibles. I can't wait to see what bizarre toys the Cape Crusader manages to inspire over the next 85 years.